I'm Jason Wyatt.
And I'm Alycia Way, and we have a great episode for you today on the Nashville Way.
We are talking about how to navigate the waters of the music industry. And those waters really, when you come to a town, whether it's LA, New York, or Nashville, there's a lot of people that would like to make money off you. And that includes labels, that includes promotion companies, radio promo companies, and the like. There's a lot of those people, right? So how do we determine who we work with or who we sign with and who we stay away from? That's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, so the question everyone wants to know, how do we get signed? We've done a video about that. When you move on to the next step, you actually start meeting with record execs or record labels or scouts.
Yes.
What are the things that they say that you should run from, and what are the things that they say that you're like, oh, you are a good option for me?
Yes, so, and we talked about this, that originally, if you ask a lot of executives, music execs from the past, a lot of the labels were set up like mafias. The mafia, it was like very unfair. And there's some that still do it, but because technology and because of what's happening in music where it's not what it used to be, we're not buying physical product, it's kind of dispersed that and gotten rid of a little bit of that. You still have to be careful. So here's a couple of things that come to mind is when you're gonna sign a record deal, you better look at how long you're going to be under a contract for. And I know you know, and I know, and you actually know these artists, I won't say their names, but they got into deals with legit labels for 20 or 30 years. And we're so unhappy because they can never get out. And these labels in the past, by the way, they'd say, we're gonna do a 5 record or a 5 full-length record on you. And they get to the 4th one, and you know what they do?
What?
They put out greatest hits. And you go, wait, you said 4 new, they were like 4 new original records. They go, yeah, it was 4, but we'll get to that later. You go, wait, that's 4, you did a greatest hits. And they go, yeah. And you're going, okay, I want to get out of this contract because I like you guys. But guess what they do again? They release a new record, but it's another greatest hits. And they're stuck. And I can say another artist that you all would know that are stuck literally, and actually this one artist 30 years later, still stuck in their contract. You gotta look at how long this contract is going to last you. And it's better to make it shorter because if you work well with them, listen, if you work well with a label or an A&R team, they're gonna re-sign you. But if it's not working, you do wanna get out of that. So pay attention to how long the contract is gonna go for. Next thing, you gotta look at what you're gonna get paid. What are you getting out, and is it recoupable? What that means is, recoupable means if I sell 1,000 records today, right? And the label, let's say they put in make it easy math, they put in $1,000 into this record. And they say, here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna pay you until all the money that we've put into you is made back and some. It usually was so unfair. Listen, it was so unfair. Let's get real numbers. Let's say they put $100,000 into making a record for you. So Alicia's gonna make a record, and the label says, we're gonna make your record, it's gonna $100,000. So put $100,000 down. They go, okay. Said, oh, by the way, we gotta do pictures for you. That's gonna be $5,000. We're gonna do like 3 full-length videos. That's another $100,000. And radio promo. That cost us $750,000, Alycia. So add that up. That's like $1.5 million, maybe more. I don't know.
It's like a school loan. You'll never pay it off.
It's way worse. So what they say is, we're gonna sell your CD. It's old school, I get it, but for the sake of this, we're gonna sell physical product. It's $10. We're gonna take $9. Check this out. We're gonna take $9, and the $1 that I give to you, you still gotta recoup your record out of it. Like, how do you ever get out of that? You don't.
How do you catch that in a contract? Like, how many artists go and meet with a record label without a lawyer?
It's happened a lot.
Should you have a lawyer to look over the contract, or yeah? Okay.
Yes, especially a big label, and even a small label. Actually, the small label is probably more important because they'll put in things that you have no idea. When things are recoupable and percentages are floating around and flying around, listen, as an artist, you probably don't know what's happening. There's so many percentages, and you're gonna get a percentage of mechanicals and you need to get people involved with it. But I'm just telling you, do not let the excitement of getting into a deal make you do something stupid, because I have done it and regret I regretted it every time. Slow down and make sure you understand the contracts. Big deal. So get people involved. Get a great lawyer, and don't use their lawyer, by the way. I've seen people do that too.
That's good. That is good advice.
Use your own lawyer and find them.
What are some good ways to sign with a good record label when a scout or a record exec says, you've mentioned stuff before, which I really liked about the less they talk or try to prove themselves.
Yes.
Well, what's that about?
Relationship, we know, is key in anything we do. It's key. Knowing somebody, number one, their intentions as best as you can. Knowing their intentions and knowing what they think of you. What are they? Listen, it's a business deal. They want something from me, which is cool, and I want something from them. It's not just a one-way street, it's a two-way. And so in regards to that, the less somebody talks, yap, the more I'm like, I gotta get out of here. The more they talk, the more I wanna get out.
Like when they're trying to prove themselves?
Yeah,
or when, okay,
hey, we can do this for you, and we could really do this, and I know I can get you with this writer, and I can get you with this thing, and then I go, slow down and go, don't tell me what you wanna do, show it to me. Mm-hmm. Have them show you. I've got an artist, it was a band that went in and got us a deal with, a super great deal with, huge manager. I won't say, just got a great deal, and it died on the vine. Like it just went away because there was no plan. And when a label says, there's two things a label do, check this out. They'll take you and they'll put you on a shelf because they want you off the market. Happens all the times. Ooh. They go, hey, I like you. You're kind of like, this happened to Jed Hughes and Keith Urban. Jed Hughes is an electric guitar player. You probably don't know about him. Well known in Nashville. Jed Hughes comes into town. He's Australian, a great guitar player, and a great singer. Who else do we know like that? They said, yep, we're gonna sign you. They took him, boop, we're gonna put you over here. And that's why you don't know who he is. Happens all the time. So you gotta know, what is the plan for me as an artist? What are you gonna do? I do not wanna be put on a shelf. or else it's not worth it. Mm-hmm. It's a big one. How do you know the ones that are great, right? It's the people that want to get to know you. And by the way, you'll find out that most artists leave labels and they die in a label when the original contact, the original person that signed them, that was loving them, who was interested in them, fires, leaves, or goes away from the label. You almost are guaranteed, unless you're really killing it. You need a champion in this deal. That's a good thing. Who is your champion in the record deal? If you don't have one, you don't have somebody that's going to bat for you, you're on your own.
So that would be a question to ask that person is, how long have you been with this record label? Because if they've been with that record label for 10 years, they're probably happy. They want to stay. If they're happy, you'll probably be happy at that.
And be honest.
Yeah.
Where are they in the company? Where is this person that knows you and wants to sign you and work with you? How long have they been there? What are they doing? How much? And when I say clout, how much sway do they have? How much influence do they have? Those are big things. So, but that comes out of relationship. Yeah. Relationship, one of the defining factors in credibility, long lasting in the industry or with that particular label, it connects you to someone that cares. It's always about people anyway. It's all relationship.
What would you tell from the artist, from their perspective, about how to be when you're walking into a potential record deal?
I mean, their demeanor and you do this. You look professional. You don't act needy. And just like a puppy, and you go in there and don't act, but also there's a sweet middle, right? You don't act overconfident and like you deserve anything. And I also know guys that went into label deals. Check this out. Worked with this guy for a while. Went in and put his demands on the table to the label. And the label went, that's not the way to do it either. You don't go in demanding, and you don't go in like a lost puppy and a desperate person and needy and talking too much. Mm-hmm. Listen, stop talking all the time and just listen and listen to what they say. And for me, I'd ask them, can I record this? They may say no. I want to remember what they said so I can think about it.
Yeah.
Or have somebody you're writing it down. Someone with you should be going with you too and writing that stuff down so you can think about it. It's good stuff.
Yeah. That's great.
That's legit.
Yeah, awesome. Any other tips you have for looking for a record deal?
Don't be too quick to jump in. And we're going to use the words we always talk about is let your works be your protest, which is what Phil Nash said years ago. You had something.
Yeah, but I can't remember it. Put me on the spot.
So, yes, let what you do speak. Mm-hmm. Let what you do speak to the labels, to the publishers, and if you're doing good things, they're going to notice.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. If you guys haven't checked out our video about how to get signed to a record label, how to get yourself out there and get recognized, check that one out. Until next time.